Hi there, and thanks for joining as I sand, paint, and distress these pieces of wood I found at Lowe's. And I'm going to use our Farm Charm reusable transfer to decorate these up. So cutting it apart, obviously Farm Charm will not fit on these tiny little blocks, so I am just going to do farm. And I wasn't sure which animals I was going to use, but I did know I wanted to use our Shimmer Splash and our black velvet paste. And so I'm just feeling out here, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I do decide to put all of them together and then just do the cow and the horse. I honestly just came up with this little project tonight. I ordered the wrong size pieces, so I'm just going with it. Throw something together real quick. So I am using the Shimmer Splash here. It's really, really beautiful when the light hits it. It gives it almost a metallic look. I thought the blue was kind of farmy and it would just look really pretty. So you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Drying the cow off before I add the horse. And I am fuzzing everything before I place it down because I did not wax these pieces before, right after I painted them, before I chalked on them. Making sure it's dry and return to room temperature, placing it back together and putting my little horse down. And I'll do the same process over and over again, pressing out air bubbles, squeegeeing it in. It's a lot of fun, you guys, and it's so simple. Look at how quickly I just threw this together. I am not pressing really hard where the cracks are because I don't want it to get gunky. I kind of want it to stay in the silkscreen a little bit. And so that is what I am doing. And then drying and fuzzing the Farm Charm off camera and placing it down. Just trying to figure out what parts I want covered up and what I don't want covered up. And I am not going to do all of the F because I am going to have a ribbon running through that crevice there. And so I am just stirring up my black velvet, squeegeeing in, and like I said before, being really careful around those cracks that I do not press too hard. I don't want all of it to go through the silk screen. I want it to kind of look a little vintage there. And so I'm going to just peel this up, dry it off, and then we will start wrapping ribbons around it. And thanks to this being recorded, the power of pause, you're going to see these wrap up really quickly. I'm just going to tack these all the way around with hot glue, and then I will add our embellishments. And I'm excited for you guys to see the finished product. I did have a milk can that I've been waiting to decorate for probably over a year, so I've decided that I'm going to incorporate that into this piece here. Cutting that off, and I am done with all of them. Yay! So here we go. The leaves through the animals kind of inspired this embellishment here. So I'm going to add a couple of these, give it a little bit of sprucing up there. What do you think? And I'm going to push these off to the side, and we are going to do my can now. With any metal, any glass, non-porous kind of items, you really, really want to make sure you fuzz up the transfer really well. That way it will peel back up for you and not stretch out your silk screen. So I did that off camera. And we're just pushing the black velvet through there, peel it up, and we are drying in between. And I'm going to add my little piggy. He had the same leaves going through it, and so we're going to use him in the same Shimmer Splash. And because I am a very symmetrical and well-balanced person, I just had to add some ribbon to this as well and incorporate that same ribbon that I used on the wood pieces around the can. And so I'm going to use it to cover up the seams that you see up at the top there. And I am really into old keys lately. So I'm going to tie off and add a little key on the end of the ribbon. And so we're just tacking this all the way around and adding a little clover leaf antique looking key there, and we have our Farm Charm. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you so much for joining, and happy chalking!